Today's words, we're looking at the PH making the sound, and we can tell that when a word has PH in it that's making the sound, it's of Greek origin. So go through and highlight that in each of these words so that you know that you're making that sound when you're seeing the PH in each of these words. Now let's go through and look at the meanings of these words. So a phantom is a ghost or other product of the imagination. A phobia is an extreme fear of a specific thing. Physical means it relates to the body. It could also relate to things perceived through the senses, and it could also be a medical examination to determine a person's fitness. A physician is a medical doctor. Photocopy is when a copy of written material is made by a process involving light. A pharmacy is a shop or hospital dispensary where medicinal drugs are prepared and sold. A pamphlet is a small booklet with information. Emphasis means the particular importance placed on something. Geography is the study of the physical features of the earth and its atmosphere and human activity, including distribution of population, resources, political and economic activities. And a catastrophe is an event causing great and sudden damage or suffering. It's commonly known as a disaster. Today we're revising the use of PH for the sound. So we know these words are of Greek origin. So we want you to write the list word for the definition. We've supplied the definition. You just have to write in the list word. Fill in the gap with the correct list word down here. So you've got to know the meanings of each of these words to do that. If you're unsure, go back to your day one video where we do talk about each of the words and their meanings. So down here we want you to write a sentence for each definition of physical. So in one sentence we want you to use it as an adjective which is relating to the body, and in the second sentence we want you to use it as a noun, a medical examination to check overall health. Now synonyms, you've got to find a word that means the same as the given word, and down here you just have to link the fear to the correct phobia. We know that each of these words are of Greek origin because the PH in a word making that sound indicates that. So the Greek group phys denotes things related to the body. So fill in the gap with the correct phys word. So we've got physical, physician, physique, physiology and physiotherapist. So you have to fill in these sentences with the correct word. Fill in the gap with the list word extension. So you're filling in the nouns here for a person who works in a pharmacy and a person who writes pamphlets. And then we want you to use pamphleteer in a sentence. So make the adjective now, then use it in a sentence. So you know an adjective describes a noun, so you have to make up the adjective and then use it to describe a noun in a sentence. Down the bottom, make the list word into a plural. Now you know if you have a consonant before a Y and you're forming a plural, you have to change Y to an I before you add the ES. The other two are quite simple. Today's activity is a revision of PH for the sound, GH, F or double F, all for the sound. So you have to go through this passage and insert the correct letters for or phonogram for each of the words. We've not written the whole word, you have to fill in the gaps. Then you have to write the words in their correct, under the correct phonogram below. Down the bottom you have to write the resolution to Harry's dilemma, so you'll have to make sure you concentrate when you're reading the story so you know what Harry's dilemma is and how you're going to solve it. Use at least 2 words for each sound. So you're going to take 2 words from here, here, here and here to use in your story, and then when you finish writing, go through and highlight them.